Hi, fam. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you? I'm doing pretty well. It is Saturday, which is so awesome. I love the weekend. I am getting together with my parents today to celebrate Mother's Day, even though it's a week late. We do that often. We don't celebrate the holidays on the holidays, and it ends up being better because, like, if we go to a restaurant, it's not going to be packed with other Mother's Day goers, you know. But yeah, I got to sleep in this morning. I'm an early riser and I prefer to be, but during the week I wake up like 4:30 currently to give myself a couple hours to do this and journal and get ready for work and stuff in a calm, relaxed fashion. Drink a couple cups of coffee. But today I slept in until like 5:30. Yeah, super late, man. And I realized in one of my first videos, I think maybe the first long form video I shared here, I was painting the whole time, and I realized that I like never look at the camera when I'm painting, but this is the card I made for my mom. So I still have to write on it, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's cute. And on that note, I kind of want to talk about, I originally intended on not doing edits or mini edits when recording these, but the last two videos I posted, I did edit because I ended up talking about people that that didn't choose to be here, you know, on YouTube. So I'm gonna try really hard to keep my stories about myself and learn how to navigate telling those stories without involving other people. It's hard, especially in some cases. Like I think in some stories, like, you know, it'll just be implied who was there. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But first, do no harm from the Hippocratic Oath is something that I try to live by for the highest good of all. So in the telling of the learning of something I've learned, I don't want to affect someone else negatively or even positively. Like I just kind of want to keep my influence out of other people's lives. And I know that sounds all highfalutin when I have like an average of 5 views on my videos right now, but I don't believe that will be forever. I do believe that this community, and thank you for being here, and thank you to the 5 of you who have been watching my videos. I love you. Thank you so much. But I believe our community will grow over time, and I don't want to be putting people on blast all over the internet. No matter how I was affected by my interactions with them, because, you know, a lot of the responsibility for how I react is on me. All of it, in fact. So, I really don't want to put any kind of negative energy towards anyone else out there. But, you know, in cases like the boy who hollered out about the wart, which was actually a zit on my nose in 4th grade, like, no one knows who that is. I feel comfortable putting him on blast. I doubt he or anyone that he knows will see it and recognize him in that story, so it's fine. And I'm still hurt about it, so I guess I still need to talk about it. That is a deep, deep wound. And it doesn't help that zit left a scar on my nose that persists to this day. Like, I'm now 47 and that happened when I was 11. So, 36 years. And I recently listened to Beyond Anxiety by Martha Beck. I love Martha Beck. If you haven't read or listened to anything that she's done, I recommend her so much. She's funny, she's heartfelt, she's brilliant. I think she has 2 degrees from Harvard, but she's also pretty spiritual. She's just lovely, delightful, delightful. Anyway, in Beyond Anxiety, she talks about how all of the cells in our body are replaced every 7 years, including the ones that make up our tattoos. Our bodies are creating the tattoos after a while. Is that not amazing? Like, how is that happening? That's incredible. But that also means that my body is choosing to continue to make that scar on my nose and the ones on my cheeks. Like, it could stop. And I'm now that I've heard that, I am encouraging it to stop. Like, you can do something else, you can make smooth skin instead. And I encourage you to do that. Try something different, step outside the box. You've been doing the same thing for 36 years, 35 years, 36 years. Math is not my strong suit, obviously. Anyway, skin. You've been doing the same thing for 36 years. Maybe take a break from that. Try something else. Make some smooth skin instead. I know. We're getting real wild here. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you updated. I also recently listened to The Mindful Body by Ellen J. Langer. Also excellent book. Also Harvard. I think she actually works at Harvard. I can't remember where she was educated, but she's a Harvard scientist. And she studies mental effects on the body. And we do. Like, our thoughts and emotions and beliefs really do affect our body. So I don't think it's like totally outside the realm of possibility for me to positively affect my skin with the belief that it can change. And yeah, that so wild. Again, I really recommend Ellen J. Langer's book, The Mindful Body, and Martha Beck's book, Beyond Anxiety. I've gotten really into audiobooks lately. Libro FM is awesome. They put a portion of the proceeds from every audiobook that you buy, or if you have like a subscription like I do, a portion of it goes to a local bookstore if you're choosing. So I chose one in my neighborhood, which I really like. Anyway, I love audiobooks because, and I know there's a whole conversation about like, we're not still enough and we don't know how to sit still anymore and all of that. And I am thinking about that, but for the moment, while I'm working full time, I do need to sort of batch tasks. Like I batch recording these videos with braiding my hair. I also like to be able to batch my book consumption with things like riding the bus and cleaning. Like, I listen to books while doing the dishes or working out in the yard. Because when I'm working 40 hours a week and with 10 hours of commute time a week on top of that, an hour each way every day, I just don't have that much time to consume all the books I want to read and all the brilliant, amazing YouTubers that I want to watch. So I like to cram it all in there. Anyway, audiobooks. Whether you get the hard copy book or Kindle even, boo Amazon. I'll leave that there. Or get the audiobook. Those are really good books for reducing your anxiety and increasing your health with your mental capacity. And then kind of tied into those, not entirely, but not unrelated, I also just listened to Whole Brain Living by what's her name? Jill Bolte Taylor. Also Harvard? Maybe not. Stanford? I don't remember. She also has a TED Talk because she was a neuroscientist, is a neuroscientist who had a stroke, and it took her 8 years to recover from it, but she was a neuroscientist before the stroke, and she watched the whole thing happen to her from inside as a neuroscientist, and it's fascinating. And she talks about how to access our right brain, which is nonverbal, and like live in a more holistic, creative, spiritual way, because that is all right brain stuff. But yeah, another book I highly recommend. What else today? I don't know. I'm feeling kind of scattered. My house is kind of messy. I'm not super great about cleaning it like regularly. It's not like gross, but it's not spotless either. But I do like to clean before my parents come over, so I have like a mental to-do list that's kind of knocking at the door of my subconscious, like, hey, don't forget to do this, and we need to do that, and blah blah blah. But I have time. I gave myself, like, they'll probably come around 11 a.m. and it is now 6:40, so I have a few hours to get everything I want to get done, and it's going to be okay. So yeah, I think that's all I'm going to talk about today. I know it was short, and hopefully it was helpful, informative. Hopefully you got something out of it for your own life, or at the very least enjoyed my ramblings. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much, especially if you watched all the way to the end. I love you. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be wealthy, and may you feel at ease always. All right, until next time. Bye-bye.